Hello everyone, welcome to the Bowtie Breakdown. I'm Garry Morin The BowTieGuy, and today I'm here at Semper Home Loans in Warwick with my friend Dan Giroux. Dan, thanks for letting us come in.
Oh, thank you for coming.
Well, thank you so much. Dan is joining us today to talk about VA loans, but Dan, before we get into that, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, so Daniel Giroux, I'm from Rhode Island. I left for the Army. I'm an Army guy.
Oh, right? Perfect, so, perfect.
Yeah,
thank
great.
You for your service.
Thank you. I was active duty, left when I was 17. Right, got out when I was 21. Since then, been in the business. I live locally. You know, as you've met me, I love to interact with our clients. Yep. I'm a chit chatter.
Yeah,
I'm a chit chatter. Tell you a little bit about me.
We get together and we start talking.
Oh, love to. you know, if you want to hear, I was out to dinner this week and somebody said to me to another guy, they were talking about finance, and he says, "Listen, if you want to know about numbers and finance and crunching," I said, "Dan Drew's the guy to talk to, right?" And the other one smiled and goes, "But if that's not what you want to talk about, don't start a combo with him. Don't start it, because he's going to talk to you." Yeah, so I live locally. I'm in Coventry. 2 children. Okay. Great spouse, great children. You know, great life, great family. That's me in a nutshell. You know,
fellow Rhode Islander.
Fellow Rhode Islander, Army guy, 22 years in the business. You know, I joke all the time. I say it's 3 things I'm good at, Gary. Right? Mortgages. I'm really, really good at this stuff. Like I know it inside and out. I'm passionate about it. Right?
Yep.
I'm a great dad. And the Army taught me to kill people.
I love that. That's not the first time I heard him say that.
Those are the 3 things I'm good at. You know?
So keep that in mind.
Yeah.
So VA loans, they're a really awesome loan. They're a little bit different from regular conventional loans, FHA. Can you tell us a little bit about like what the VA loan entails? Like, how does it work?
Yeah, VA loan is for veterans, right? So 2 different types of VA. If you have any VA disability, they'll waive what's called the VA funding fee, or not do it, right? So then you get into active, and then you get into reserves. Okay. Right. There is a difference. There's a time frame. There's a point system. That's all stuff that we don't need to go too in detail. Yep. We're getting a DD 214 for that, and we'll pull up and see if they're eligible for it. But 100% financing on these. Okay, right? So no down payment? No down payment, right? Seller concessions, you can get up to 4% on these. Okay. So that means like closing costs, closing costs, yeah, exactly. A lot of VA loans get a bad name. I hear realtors all the time. Oh, I hate that reputation is there. Yeah, I had one. She was a seller's agent, and she called me as I was the loan officer, and she said, "Is there any way this client maybe could go conventional?" She's like, "I'm just tired of these veterans and their entitlement," and they and I got really quiet, and she had all these things to say, and I said, "Ma'am, I'm going to need you to stop." I said, "Number one, I am an active duty Army veteran." Yeah. I said, "What you're saying is not only offensive, discriminatory, but it's borderline discriminatory." I said, "This is like, I don't think you understand how it works." Now, I like to play devil's advocate, right? I like both sides, the attorney part. I understand as a realtor why you would not want a VA product. Same as you would not want an FHA product, same as you would not want a Rhode Island housing product, whatever the case may be. Restrictions are a little strict. They are if you don't understand it, then you can think that it's a problem, right? VA, okay, do we have peeling paint on our house? If we do, then we probably shouldn't be entertaining a VA or an FHA loan. Right. Or we should be saying, "Hey, seller, if we'd like to entertain the rest of these people instead of just this box of people, we'll need to fix this. Is everybody okay with that?" "Yes, we are." "Hey, you're buying this house. Understand we're going to have to spend this much money, right, to fix this house, so maybe you need to buy it for more money." Yep. Simple. It's problems. It's solutions to problems. That is one thing with VA. I will say, 22 years, I used my VA benefits. The last time when I built this last house 7 years ago, before that I wasn't using them. There was a period of time where I used to refer to as a VA loan as VA loans or FHA loans plus a quarter point to the rate and a lot of headache. Oh, okay. It's not like that anymore. Everything's automated. It's a lot easier. VA, very unique that VA does is VA doesn't have the traditional debt to income ratio. Okay. Amount of money coming in versus they use residual income, right? So I just approved the client. If we look at his income, his debt to income ratio is a 57/74. That means that would never fly with any other type. That's high, right? Correct. Okay. But the amount of money that he makes, meaning what's left over. So a quick example of that is if I make $10,000 a month, right, and my debt to income ratio is 80, that means I'm using 8,000 of the 10,000. I have 2,000 left over. Yep. John Smith, right, makes 2,000 a month, and his debt to income ratio is 50. He spends 1,000. He has 1,000 left over. who's in a better spot,
The
really?
guy with the 2,000, right?
Right, and that's where VA looks at it as this residual income. How much do you have left over? How much can you survive with? What do you need for savings for this, for emergency funds? So VA is very unique in that.
Yep.
Another thing that's unique in VA, and a lot of people don't know about this, there is no maximum loan size
Oh, wow.
with the VA. The only difference, and this is where most people don't understand how this works, VA has county limits. And once you exceed those county limits, the difference between the county limit and what you want, you have to put 25% down of that.
Okay.
So
that's
you could-
only if there's a difference, right?
Correct. You could do a $10 million VA loan. So we'll use a fake numbers here. Let's
Yep.
say the maximum was $500,000, right? And you did a $10,500,000 loan.
Because I want that
Right.
mansion.
That $10 million, you'd have to put 25% of that difference.
Okay.
And it's approved. Like, so
Oh, wow.
this is where people don't understand that.
That's a really good point. Like you said, a lot of people don't realize that.
Well, again, remember we were talking about first-time home buyers, what
Yep.
people categorize. I think, unfortunately, sometimes people put veterans into this category of what they saw after Vietnam,
Yep.
what they saw, and it's sad to me because, hey, this is a veteran, right?
This is a veteran who served our country.
My buddy, but I'm saying, like, not all veterans are these need 100%. I mean,
Right.
I know some really rich people, some really successful people. My buddy James, right? Super successful guy, veteran,
Yep.
veteran. I know a lot of them, right? But people don't necessarily, for some reason, I don't think that that's what pops ahead, just like first-time home buyer.
On VA loans, is there a minimum credit score that the borrower has to have?
So, 580 technically, and then it gets into really no,
Okay.
right? So if you look at it, technically no, and then they say 580 for overlays, right? Everything comes down to, is it going to run through a system?
Gotcha.
Right? There's an automated system. So when people say, oh, I do VA down to 500, good for you.
Yep.
Right? And what are the restrictions on that? Get one to run through the system. Well, the restrictions on 500, they haven't had any lates in the last 12 months. Oh, so a lot of people have 500 scores, but they pay all their bills on time?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds reasonable.
Yeah, but I said score 500.
It's the smoke and mirror stuff, But yeah, VA loan, again, the credit score part isn't
that important.
correct. I mean,
Okay.
again, all loans. If you're a bum,
You're not getting
you
the
don't
loan.
pay anybody.
Yeah, you're not getting the
you
loan.
can be a bum today and stop being a bum and get your credit back up.
Yep.
And then you deserve a loan. But anybody can say whatever they want on that. Like they can say, "Oh, Dan's a jerk," but if you're a bum and you don't pay anybody, no,
You're not getting
we
anything.
shouldn't lend you money.
Yeah, no.
We shouldn't lend you money.
Because what are you going to do? You're going to take that money and not pay
You're probably not going to pay.
Yeah, exactly.
But again, there's people that make mistakes on credit, and we fix them, But yeah, credit score is not a big
thing on the VA.
as much,
That was VA Loans with Dan Giroux from Semper Home Loans. I'm Garry Morin The BowTieGuy. That was another Bowtie Breakdown. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.